Imagine waking up and your mind is blank. You don't know where you are. You don't know how you got there. You don't even know if you're dreaming. Your eyes adjust slowly, and the first thing you notice is the ceiling. It's metal, dirty, industrial looking. Definitely not from a house. And then you try to sit up, but you can't. Your arms barely move. Your legs won't lift. You're strapped down. That's the moment the panic hits. Your heart starts pounding, your breathing gets shallow, and you realize you are not alone in this room. Somewhere behind you, a machine starts whirring. Something clicks, and then a man's voice fills the air. You can't see him. He's not in the room, but he's talking to you. And what he says changes your life forever. On a warm morning in March of 1999, a woman suddenly bursts out of a small house in rural New Mexico. She looks like she has been through hell. Barefoot, bruised, barely able to run. And around her neck is a metal collar, thick, heavy, and locked. She is in such a panic that she starts beating on the door of the nearest house, begging for help. The homeowner lets her in, sits her down, and calls 911. When police arrive, this woman is trembling so badly she can hardly hold a cup of water. She keeps looking out the windows, terrified that whoever took her is going to come back at any moment. The officers can tell she is traumatized, but the things she starts telling them don't sound like anything they've heard before. She talks about waking up in a strange room, unable to move, with bright lights shining on her and machines surrounding her. She talks about hearing a man's voice, coming from somewhere, explaining what was going to happen to her. And she tells the police that based on everything this man said, she was certain she was going to die there. The officers have no idea what to make of this, so they gently ask her to describe whatever she can remember. She remembers a dog barking, a certain type of pickup truck, a weird chemical smell, a lake nearby, and a house that looked ordinary. And then she remembers something else. She remembers hearing generators, multiple, loud ones. To the officers, that detail suddenly matters, because generators usually means something is being powered off-grid, something not meant to be connected to a house. A team of officers begins checking properties near the lake she mentioned. They drive past small homes, trailers, sheds, until one address stands out. The pickup truck matches, the dog matches, the location matches. Everything she remembered is right here, but the man who lives there is nowhere to be found. The officers walk around the property, and that's when they see it. A large old motorhome-style trailer, sitting in the backyard. It's chained shut and padlocked multiple times, and on the outside of the trailer door, there are deep scratches, as if someone had once tried very hard to claw their way out. The officers immediately step back and radio for a warrant. Whatever happened to this woman might have happened inside that trailer. While waiting for the warrant, detectives bring the woman into a private interview room. She's shaking, barely able to speak, but she tells them the most disturbing part. When she woke up in that room, she couldn't see the man who took her. He wasn't physically there. But he played a recording, a long, detailed recording, where he calmly explained what he planned to do with her, how long he intended to keep her, and what she needed to do if she wanted to survive. There is no screaming on this tape, no threats shouted in anger. The voice is calm, cold, methodical, like someone reading instructions. Detectives assume she's exaggerating from fear, but later when they search the suspect's bedroom, they find a cassette tape, labeled in plain handwriting. They pop it into a recorder and listen. Within seconds, several detectives immediately stand up and walk out of the room. Others take off their headphones and just stare, because the woman wasn't exaggerating at all. This recording is one of the most disturbing things law enforcement in New Mexico has ever heard. And now, the trailer in the backyard takes on a whole new meaning. The warrant comes through. Officers cut the locks and pull open the heavy doors. The smell hits them first, a mix of chemicals, old metal, and something else they can't quite place. They step inside and instantly understand why the woman thought she was going to die. The interior looks nothing like a living space. There is no kitchen, no bed, No normal furniture. Instead, there's a large table, bolted to the floor, with heavy straps, bright spotlights mounted overhead, like something you'd see in an old medical lab. Shelving everywhere, filled with tools and strange devices that no one can immediately identify. A video camera is aimed downward at the table, mirrors mounted at angles, cables running along the ceiling, and in the corner, a set of drawers filled with personal items. Earrings, bracelets, keys, all belonging to different women. Detectives can feel it immediately. This is not the first time that someone has been inside this trailer, and the woman who escaped might be the only one who ever has. In a metal cabinet near the back, detectives find notebooks, dozens of them. They're filled with dates, initials, physical descriptions, and chillingly specific notes about women who were brought to this trailer. Some notes go back years, possibly decades. There are also Polaroid photos, hundreds of them, showing women in various states of distress. Detectives realize this trailer wasn't built quickly. It was built slowly, over time, piece by piece, by someone who knew exactly what he wanted, and he was keeping track of everything. Only after uncovering the escape, the tape, the trailer, the journals, and the Polaroids do investigators finally name their suspect, a 59-year-old mechanic named David Parker Ray, a man the community knew, a man with no violent record, a man who seemed quiet, helpful, and normal. And yet, for most of his adult life, he had been secretly constructing this trailer of horrors in his backyard. He even had a name for it. He called it the Toy Box. As the investigation expands, detectives uncover something even more disturbing. Ray had help. His girlfriend helped lure women. Another friend helped restrain them. And Ray's journals suggest there were others too, people whose names were never discovered. This raises the most terrifying question of all. How many victims were there? Police believe that the number could be over 40, some say closer to 60, but only a few have ever been identified. Authorities launch a massive search across the New Mexico desert. They comb through riverbeds, dry lake beds, old mine shafts, and remote patches of brush. The desert is huge, empty, and unforgiving. And Ray knew it better than anyone. He grew up here, worked here, hunted here. Searchers find belongings, but not bodies. The desert keeps its secrets well. Ray is arrested. His accomplices are charged. In court, Ray sits quietly, unmoved, while prosecutors describe what he built and what he did. He is convicted, sentenced. But shortly afterward, while being transported to another facility, he collapses from a heart attack and dies. He takes with him the one thing investigators needed most: the locations of the missing. Today, the Toy Box exists only in photographs. The journals sit in evidence storage. And somewhere in the desert lie answers that will never be found. And here's the haunting truth. If that woman hadn't run that morning, police would never have found him. The trailer would still be sitting in that yard, secret and silent, its purpose never discovered. This is Gravelight Media. Thank you for watching. And if you want more stories told just like this, be sure to subscribe and stick with us. Stay safe out there. And remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones hiding in plain sight.